Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for Saturday with Stacey YouTube number 211, which is actually coming to you on Sunday because of some unforeseen circumstances that have come up and I wasn't able to get it done when I wanted to. Now by the time you see this, the in-store make and take will be over, as will the shop that did not hop and the warehouse sale here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. And for those of you who participated in the event, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know it wasn't the event we were all expecting, especially me. And for those of you who came to the store or shopped online and just embraced what has happened, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Now, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, on July 21st, that would be the first morning of the shop that didn't hop and the warehouse sale here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. At 3:30 in the morning, so about 4 or 5 hours before the event was to start, my family was awoken by a fire in our home. And so when I say it's really good to see you, I mean it's really good to see you. Whenever you have a fire in your home and you're asleep, it's a more difficult situation. It's one thing to have your house fire with nobody home, or maybe during the day when everybody's alert. But obviously at 3:30 in the morning, my children, my husband, and I were fast asleep, and the smoke detectors did what they were supposed to do, and we were able to. Everybody was able to get out. My mom is fine. My mom is with my sister, and she is fine, and God bless her for not having for having dementia, because it just doesn't even register. So my mom is doing fine. She's, like I said, she's with my sister. Everybody it is good. But obviously in the middle of the night it makes it a little more scary because the flames were at the other side of the house, but the smoke was really very bad, and if those smoke detectors hadn't worked the way they're supposed to, this could have been a completely different outcome. So the shop that didn't hop in the warehouse sale, unfortunately, got kind of pushed to the side. I couldn't focus on it the way I normally do with all the excitement and the Facebook postings and the emails and the videos, and I didn't even get to dress as the Wicked Witch of the West, not even for one day, because I have to go and deal with insurance adjusters and demolition crews and well, we haven't gotten to the demolition part, let me tell you. We're a ways from there, but people who, it's just been a lot, and I can't go green face. So anyway, for those of you who have sent well wishes, who have called, who have emailed, who the cards and everything that you have done, I can't thank you enough. Yes, we have lost our house, but that's not our home. That's just a house, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it to convince you or to convince me. But we will rebuild, and we will just start again. And this isn't the first time my husband and I will have to start again, and it may not even be the last time, but it certainly makes you stronger, and it certainly makes you appreciate what you have. And what I have is a beautiful family and an amazing set of friends and an extended family in all of you that has reached out, and I can't tell you what it meant to me and what it means to me. So we will just suck it up, Buttercup, and get right through this. I'm going to be out of the house for probably a year, and they keep using the term "your house is a gut." It's like, can we find a kinder, gentler way of saying that, please? There's got to be a nicer way. Your house is a redo. It's a mulligan. Oh, looky, you get to start something other than it's a gut. This is a gut. It's like, oh, the first time I heard that, I could actually feel the sweat. But it will be fine. Like I said, a house is not a home. A home is where you and your family are, and you make a home. A house doesn't make a home. You make a home. And again, I'm not sure if I'm saying this for your benefit or for mine. But if I just keep going with that, everything will be good. So I'm doing this YouTube a little earlier than I was supposed to, so we're really not prepped to do this. I don't have a lot of samples to share with you, but what I have is the most amazing technique that I am so pleased to bring to you. It is definitely one you're going to want to stop and and take notes for them. If it does involve the Go Press and Foil machine, and I have new product to share with you. If you haven't seen the Go Press and Foil machine and this is new to you, I'm going to start out very simple. I'm going to just use the machine like you're supposed to use the machine, and then I'm going to use the machine like I saw how to use the machine, like I thought, oh, I Stacey-fied it. I'm like, oh, we can do so much more than that. Let me see what I can work out. So if you haven't seen the machine before, this will be a really great YouTube for you. If you have seen the machine before and you've already ordered it, we've received them all in. We've got all the foils and all the plates. Everything's here, and those orders are shipping out now. And if you were on the fence about it, I think that maybe this YouTube might just tip you over the fence a little bit, because we're going to be using product that you may already own from days gone by. You may be able to pull some stuff out of your drawers that you thought you might want to get rid of, that you're now going to say, oh no, we're going to keep those, honey. Sorry, you need to get me another cabinet. So I'm really excited. Just know we're going to start at the very beginning, and I'll try to go through that pretty quickly and then get to the Stacey-fy. Now, because this YouTube is not a scheduled YouTube, I don't have Winner Chicken Dinner from our last YouTube 210, where I released the Simply Defined product that had to do with Pergamano, Nana's Garden. And so in the next YouTube, next Saturday, when I just do my regular YouTube, I'll have winners from this YouTube 211 and 210. So I'll announce 4 winners. How do you get to be a winner? You just have to subscribe to our channel and then watch this YouTube and then post a comment. And the comment can be anything that's kind. That's all we ask, is that it be kind. And I approve them, and then you go into the running. So I'm excited to bring to you what I have today. I'm so sorry if I wasn't able to give the attention to the Shop That Didn't Hop and the warehouse sale, the attention that I normally do, and the hype and the excitement and I'm really sorry about that. This just, life happened. It seems to be happening a lot lately. But okay. And thankfully I was able to get a few things out of the house. Not a lot of things out of the house. We're gonna have to start again. I was able to do some clothes shopping. I saved my sweatshirts. So it's all good though. Really, it's all good. And when I say that I'm glad to see you, it really takes on a whole new meaning. So I'm gonna tilt on down, and we're gonna get started for today. And I'm gonna be using the Go Press and Foil machine. I'm gonna be using my Big Shot machine, and I'm gonna walk you through some things, and hopefully you're gonna go, oh, in the very best possible way. All right, you guys, down we go. Bye. Okay, let me zoom in. What is going on with my, I have no idea what's going on with my, but I'm having a little bit of a oh, there we go. Well, maybe if I push the right button. That could have something to do with it, you think? There we go. All right, so this make and take has already happened because you're seeing this on a Sunday. I'm gonna hold the card still so you can see it. We used gelatos to do the background. And then that butterfly is a hot foil stamp used with the Go Press and Foil machine and my Sizzix Big Shot machine. Do you like the butterfly? And then of course the word greeting is also in foil. I hope you like the butterfly. Why do I hope you like the butterfly? Well, because the butterfly is mine. It's a Simply Defined. I wasn't ready to release this yet either. There's a few things that are coming a little early, but that's my butterfly done in foil. So Simply Defined, we have our own hot foil stamps, and I'm excited to bring them to you. I have 3 of them, and again, let me show you this butterfly. There it is in the pink. Now you can really see the foil. So, and like I said, that greeting is also one of mine, but I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, so I want to talk to you briefly about what is a hot foil stamp. Well, this is what it looks like. That's my butterfly. And It looks like a die, but it isn't a die because it doesn't cut anything around the edges. It takes that detail. It's a cross between a die and an embossing folder. It's got this beautiful embossed detail, which is what transfers the foil, but it doesn't cut the die out. I have plans on that. You just wait. I have thoughts. Since I'm not sleeping at night, I'm thinking. My husband says that's a very dangerous thing for me to think. So it's in between a die and an embossing folder, and it's very thin, and it's heavy metal. It doesn't bend easily, and you use it with a Go Press foil machine. What is a Go Press foil machine? This is a Go Press foil machine, and it transfers foil onto paper. It's different than a laminator because this one uses a Big Shot or a Big Kick or a Vagabond or a Cuttlebug. Almost any of your machines that are 6 inches wide will be able to accept the Go Press and foil platform. And it's easy to use, but it is a heating element. So, oh, why is that vibrating? I don't know why that's vibrating. It is a heating element. So when you touch it, it is warm. There's no question about it. This has got some heat to it. You're not going to leave your hand on there. It has the clear cover, and I want to let you know that my clear cover looks like that. Why does it look like that? Well, because they put a sticker here. And the goo that holds the sticker down melts. And every time I run it through my machine, it adds a little bit of that goo all the way down. Does it mean that it's not good anymore? Heavens no, it works beautifully. Now, you can see that it's blinking red. That means it's not ready yet. When it goes green, that tells you that it's ready. And inside, this is a non-stick surface. Warm, yes, but non-stick surface. And it's very, very easy to use. I said I was going to start with the easy, and that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll move to something a little more difficult. So I've got my plate. I'm going to put it in there. And I need that detail side up. I don't want it the detail side down where you've got that ugly flat side. I need the detail side up. Then I'm going to grab a piece of foil. And let's use the blue. Now I've got a piece of foil. Foil goes down, pretty side goes down. So that yucky gray side is facing me. The next thing I need is a piece of paper. And I'm going to put that paper down. Now, I'm going to set this aside for a minute, and I'm going to tilt back up, and we're going to talk about this really quickly. When you are using, I'll back up a little. When you're using this machine, it is all about the shims. I cannot say that enough. It is all about the shims. Every die cutting, it's not that the machine is different. The Go Press foil is the same for everybody. The variable in this technique, in using this machine, is your die cutting machine. That's the variable, because everybody has a different die cutting machine, and everybody has used their die cutting machine in different, what's the word I'm looking for? Not different manner, but you've used it more, you used it less, different amounts. So you could have a Big Shot machine that's pink and black from 10 years ago, and it's still working for you. But maybe that machine is a little bit loose because it's older. You've been using it for quite some time, but it is a workhorse, so you don't get another one because there's not a need to. Or you could have just got a brand new Sizzix Big Shot machine that's gray and white, and that machine's going to be a little bit tighter because it's brand new. Nobody's touched it. It's fabulous. Both machines work, but you have to figure out the shim for each different machine. A Cuttlebug may take different types of shims. A Vagabond may take hardly any shims based on the pressure. It just depends. Now, what makes a shim? I'm using 100-pound cardstock. That's all I'm using is 100-pound cardstock. That's it. You don't have to go out if you just want to use the machine for what I'm showing you right now. You don't have to go out and buy anything special. You have cardstock. You just have to take the time to figure out what shims are going to be. Is it one shim? Is it two shims? Is it three shims? But once you figure that out, you write it on the piece of paper. I've got a double shim, 100-pound double shim. I just took a piece of 100-pound paper and folded it in half. That's my double shim. I have a 100-pound single shim. You just write it on the paper, so then you know, okay, there's my double, there's my single. It's easy to do, and the foil that they sell is very inexpensive. You get 15 feet of foil for $2.80, and of course we'll have it on a YouTube Yummy. So really, to figure out your shims, you're only talking about using some paper, cardstock, to make your shims, some cardstock to practice with, and some very inexpensive foil. You don't have to spend a lot of money or waste a lot of product to figure out those shims. And once you figure the shims out, and it may take a few tries before you finally get it, once you figure out those shims, it's like, oh, you feel so proud because it came out perfect and it's just what you wanted it to be. So you may have to take a half an hour and a couple sheets of cardstock and maybe, I don't know, a foot or two of one roll to figure out what shims are going to work best for your machine. It's your machine. That's the variable, not the Go Press and Foil. That's the same for everybody. It's the same machine. So I wanted to talk to you about that, and I wanted to tell you, you have to slow your roll. We'll get to slow your roll. So I'm going to tilt back down and we're going to continue on. But we get a lot of questions. It's not working. It's not working as good as I thought, or, it's the shims. It's all about the shims, That's all you have to remember. Play with it until your shims are right, and your shims are just paper. Okay, so I'm going to tilt on down, and we're going to continue. Down we go. All right, so there's my machine again. So it's blinking red. That means it's not ready. I have got and I've just let those sit in there. It's been heating up all this time. I've got my plate face up. I've got my pretty side face down. Now, again, I told you this is non-stick. So if you say, oh, I don't want that color, it's not going to stick to this. You can change your colors. You can move it around. You can whatever you want. It's not going to stick. You saw how long I let it sit there and nothing happened, and it was heating that whole time I was talking. So I've got my pretty foil side down. Now, can you use other foils? No, I'm very sorry. Deco foil will not work in here. The Minx foil will not work in here. This is a different type of foil, but because it's so inexpensive, I think at 20% off, it comes to what, $2? That's 56 cents off. It comes to $2.20 maybe for a roll 15 feet long. That's a smoking hot deal. Take your paper, put your paper down. It's best to use smooth paper. This is 80-pound Simply Defined cardstock. Now it's about the shim. I'm going to start with a 100-pound single shim. I'm going to lay it right on top. And then I'm going to close it up. Now, it says it's green, and it may turn back to a red blinking light. I always give it about 30 seconds. Now that everything's in there, give it about 30 seconds to heat all the way through, from the plate to the foil to the paper to the shim. And you'll get into the habit of using it. You put it right back in. You use it, you put it right back in. That way it's constantly heating up. All right, I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to pull it over. I'm going to bring over my Big Shot, and you need nothing from your Big Shot. You don't need a multi-purpose platform. You don't need clear plates. You don't need anything. And I'm going to slow my roll. Normally, when we're die cutting, we get it through as quickly as we possibly can do, or rotate, and back we go. So, and it almost feels like you're not even, like there's nothing in there. You might at first think, oh, it didn't do anything. Okay, so then I'm going to pull this over and move that out of the way, bring this back, and I'm just going to put that right back in there. I don't know why it's making that noise. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay, so open it up. And can you see? I forgot to cut my edges, but can you see? that the design is on there. I'm going to close this up because I'm going to continue to let it get hot again. I might as well just close it up, move it off to the side, and then I can take and there's my butterfly. Now, it may take you, instead of a single shim, you may need to use a double shim. Every machine is different. You may need to use a double shim and a single shim. You may need to use a double shim with it and then a piece of copy paper on the top. You just have to be willing to try. And since you're only using paper, and you can use, you know, if you've got any of the plates from Ultimate Crafts or Anna Griffin that we already sold, you can use the smallest one that you have, so you use the least amount of foil until you figure out what shim it is, and then you mark the shim. But there it is. And that is my brand new Simply Defined butterfly. And it retails for $8.99, which is a smoking hot price. I've got it in the pink too. And I've got it in the silver too. I've been playing. Okay, so I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to put that off to the side because we are going to move on to the technique I really wanted to show you. And well, maybe I should do this one too. This is one of my others. Simply Defined. This is my frame. It's not that small. It's actually the size of a card. Big. And then where everybody else left theirs empty in the center, the others that have the frame for a hot foil stamp, I gave you words. I gave you the word greetings. So you could just use greetings. I gave you the words sending you. So you could put sending you greetings. And then I also gave you the word to you, greetings to you. And they're all separate. So you can change it up any way you want, which is how we got the word greetings on what was our make and take. You can just use the word greetings, all done in foil. So let me open this one up super fast, and we'll do this one super fast, and then we'll move on. I'm just gonna do the frame. And I'm gonna bring my hot foil, my Go Press and Foil. Okay, tweezers. I know there's been some, they come in the machine. You do not have to buy these tweezers separately. I know that there's been some confusion over how to use them. The first thing you do with these tweezers is you close them. They are magnetic. When you close them, you then can pick up. You don't have to touch your hot die stamp. And then when you release them and let them go, there it goes. And because now they give you inside the package, the box that it comes with a silicone pad, so that if this is hot and you don't want to put it onto your table, you don't have to. But if you have a craft mat or one of my Simply Defined craft mats, you're not going to hurt it anyway. This is heat resistant up to, I think, 450 or 500 degrees. So again, you're not going to try and go underneath it to pick it up. You close them, pick it up, and then when you need to put it down, you just open them. They're that simple, and they do come with the machine, as does 2 rolls of foil. Also comes with the machine. And then at Scrapbooking Made Simple, we give you bonus. The machine doesn't come with any of the stamp dies. So we have included in our price for $124.99, we've included free stamp dies for you. So when you open it, you can immediately start to play. Now I've gone ahead and put in my larger plate. And so I'm gonna grab a piece of my foil. I'm gonna cut it. Now ideally, they really would like you to cut off the corners so it's not such a sharp edge. So let me cut off my corners. Some people do, some people don't. I'm gonna put it right down over the top of my plate, pretty side down. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. Oh, I hope I have a piece of paper big enough. I might not have a piece of paper big enough. Well, we'll just go with it. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I'm gonna close it up. And it's going to get warm. It's gonna heat all the way through. Remember, I've got my 100-pound single shim. Now this plate might need a double shim. I won't know until I run it through, but I'm gonna give it a few seconds to get nice and warm. You want that contact and that heat to be really, really good. And patience is a virtue, and you're doing your own professional hot foil stamping, which is amazing. Just amazing that this machine will do it. And so you're prepared to take a little bit of the time. Now it's not changing back. It's saying that it's still good to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna give it a whirl, because usually by this time, if it wasn't hot enough all the way through, it would have told me. So I'm gonna bring my machine on over. I'm gonna take my Go Press and foil right out. I'm gonna roll, roll, roll. Slow your roll. Now there's been a question of, do you need to let it completely cool down before you peel the foil off your paper? I haven't found that to be the case, but maybe I haven't found that to be the case. So for me, I don't wait. I don't let it cool down. I don't know if it seems to make a difference for any of you out there, but it hasn't made a difference for me. Now I'm gonna immediately put this right back in there, so it can start heating again. It's gone red blinking. So it's gonna start heating up my element again. So the next time I wanna use it, it's closer to being ready. Oh, maybe my paper was, well, maybe. Okay, can you see that the design is on there? I'm gonna close this up so it stays like it's getting warm. And then I'm going to pull. I was close in the way of paper. And there it is. And that's mine. And then you can put the words in, and you can use it this way, and you can use it that way, and you can use it for Christmas, and you can use it, I don't know what's going on with my camera, but you can use it for Christmas, you can use it for anything. It's just a beautiful background. And then you get the words. And again, I'm not gonna throw this away. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with that. So I'm gonna move on to the technique that I wanted to show you that I'm very, very excited about. Now for this, you do need something special. You do need a metal shim. And this metal shim was custom made for me. It is a this will be a Simply Refined product actually, Simply Refined metal shim. And it was made to a very specific thickness. And I need to put that shim in here. Now other people sell metal shims. I know that Cherry Lynn has them, and I think Lawn Fawn has them, and you can certainly try. If you already own a metal shim, you can give it a whirl. I just know that we needed to make this a very specific thickness to make it happen what I want to happen. So remember, I've got my tweezers. I'm gonna close them, and now I can just pull off my hot stamp, and that way I don't touch something that's really, really warm. I'm going to put my shim down first, and it's going to bend. It is. It's not the. It's fine. You need this shim to add a certain amount of thickness and to hide these grid lines. So I'm going to put my shim down first. Then I'm going to take a metal stencil. Now, how many of you have stencils from days gone by, whether they be brass or metal? How many of you have Dreamweaver stencils or Artsy stencils or even Sizzix stencils that you've had for years and years and years? Just a metal stencil that you would normally do paste over or you would spray. I'm going to be using this, and that is why it needs this plate here. It's mandatory. You have to have a metal shim. I'm gonna lay my stencil down. And I'm going to grab some foil. cut my foil. I'm going to put my foil pretty side down right against my stencil. And again, it doesn't stick. It's not gonna, it's fine. You're gonna be just fine. And then I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. I'm gonna put the paper right over the top. And this time, instead of using a 100-pound shim, a single, I'm gonna use a double and a single together. And I'm gonna lay it right on top. Now this might be too much for your machine. Your machine might be tighter than mine. You may just need a double, you may just need a single. It will only take you a few rolls to figure it out which is which. Now this is not hot anymore and I can move it. It won't take you long to decide what size shims you need. And I'm gonna let this heat up just a little bit because now that heat has to transfer between the metal shim, the Simply Refined metal shim. It has to transfer to the stencil, then through the foil. Now, okay, what happens if you say, oh, but I changed my mind, Okay, well, we haven't done anything yet. You can change your mind. Nothing's happened. It's just heating. That's all it's doing. Now, it's turned red and it's blinking, so I need to give it a minute because I opened it to let it get warm again. And then once it's warm, oh, there we go, it's green. I can move it over and we can give it a whirl. So I'm gonna move it over. I'm gonna bring over my Big Shot machine, pull it out of the heating element and send it on through. Now remember, I'm not using a plate, a stamping plate like they want. I'm not using this that was actually designed and developed for this machine. I'm using something you may already have when you used a light box and you did the hand embossing with your little stylus. You may have this, was it Creative Impressions or something like that from years gone by and they're sitting in a drawer and you don't do that anymore. Well, you may want to do this. And I'm slowing my roll and we'll see how it comes out. I may have too many shims, I may not have enough shims. I'm gonna put it right back in so that my heating element starts heating again. So if I wanna do it again, I don't have to wait as long. Okay. Oh, let me shut it. There's no point in leaving it in the heating element unless you shut it. So can you see the design on there? I still don't know if you can hear that. I hope not. Can you see the design? Okay. What do you think? Is that pretty awesome? I have to say, I was thrilled when I figured out how this could get done. Oh my gosh, I have so much to show you, but I can't do it all in one YouTube. There's gonna be another YouTube because wait till you see what else I can do. But this isn't all done. I've got more to show you in this YouTube. I just took a basic stencil, metal, and was able to do, oh my gosh, wahoo. Let's try again. Or maybe I'd use this, oh, I don't know. I want to use them all, but I can't use them all. But let's try this one. So I'm going to bring my machine back over. I'm going to move that right off. I've got my metal shim down. I've got my stencil down. I'm grabbing a piece of foil. Shiny, pretty side down. I've got my paper. Smooth, always better, up. And then I'm gonna close it up and I'm gonna let it get warm. Now this is cool to the touch, no problem. I'm gonna let it get warm. And that'll just take it a minute. See, it turned red. I let it sit for a minute. Even though it said green, I let it sit for a minute because it turns red. It says, oh, you've changed something and I'm cooling down. So I'm not quite to the temperature I need to be. I'm gonna let it get warm, and then we're going to run it through the Big Shot machine, or your Big Kick machine, or your Vagabond machine, or your Cuttlebug machine, or your Spellbinders machine. Whose machine do you have that will take a steel rule die 6 inches? Okay, it says it's good. Shall we try? Because I've got something to show you after I do this. Okay, slow your roll. So now this is taking basically 3 sheets of 100-pound paper. That's what I'm using as my shim. And when this stops working as a shim, well, that might be because your paper can press down too much. Just go get another sheet of paper. You've got cardstock. It's okay. You're not going out and buying anything special with the exception of that metal shim that was, again, it was manufactured to a specific thickness. So I don't know if the metal shim you already own will work. I will tell you, a precision base plate is a no-no. It will not work. So if you have a metal shim by somebody else, you can certainly give it a try. Our metal shim is $8.99. I know that that's a value price comparative to what other metal shims are out there. And if you don't have one, great, you can get it through us. But if you do, try first. Okay. Can you see the design in there? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So I'm going to close this up, move this out of the way, and then I'm going to peel. Yay! Now, this one is a little, see how it's not quite as perfect as this one came out? So this might need one more shim. Might need one more shim to make it absolutely perfect. Let's try real quick. Let me add one more shim to it. Can't hurt. Cut my piece of paper and let's see if that makes a difference. That way you see that they're not all, you know, every stencil is a wee bit different. Every manufacturer is a wee bit different. So let's bring this back over, open it up, put my foil down, put my paper down, put my double shim. I'm going to take another single shim and my last single shim. And let's let it heat up. So, oh, it says it's hot, but I don't believe it. I'm going to give it an extra second because I just changed it. But then again, I had it closed. Do I, don't I, do I, don't I? Let's give it just another minute to see if it changes to red again. And if it turns to red and starts blinking, then I know it still needs to heat a little bit more. No? Okay, let's give it a whirl. Like I said, the foil is very inexpensive and we're just using cardstock. And it doesn't have to be white or black cardstock. It could be blue or pink or purple. And I'm gonna slow my roll. And because I added that extra shim, maybe I'm just gonna run through once and we'll see what happens. Slow my roll. Put it right back onto my heating element. Open it up. I can't stress it enough. It is all about the shim. Close it up, move it over to the side, and let's see if we did any better this time. Oh yeah, better. So much better. Look at it, isn't that beautiful? Comparative to where you can see the places where it didn't go all the way through. It didn't have quite enough pressure here or here, but here, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I'm not done showing you stuff. Are you ready? We're gonna move on. I've been telling you to hold on to this. Why? Because there's a way to transfer this too. Not just transfer it onto Stacey tape, not just transfer it by cutting it out and taping it down to your card, but actually transferring it. And it does require that metal shim. So I'm gonna pull this up because I don't need the stencil anymore. Don't need it anymore. I'm going to take my negative and I'm gonna put it straight down onto my metal stencil, straight down onto my metal stencil, shiny side down. Now I'm gonna take my paper and I'm gonna put that right on top. Then what am I gonna take? Are you ready? My paper's curling because it's hot. Are you ready? I'm gonna take my squishy from Sizzix. My squishy. You know we use this for embossing when we need to force an embossing, but what is this? This is a silicone pad, and it is exactly the thickness it needs to be to work in this machine. This is not a Sizzix machine. Oh no. This is by Couture Creations, but the Sizzix Squishy is a silicone mat that happened to be the perfect thickness to make this work. And I think almost all of you already own this, whether it be the black one or the gray one. You need the Squishy. So I've got my metal plate, I've got my negative, shiny side down, my paper, my Squishy, and then I'm just gonna put one of my single shims on top. And I'm gonna let it heat up. I'm also gonna put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. I've been without them the whole time. And this is cool to the touch now, no big deal. I'm gonna let it heat up. Now it says it's good to go. And because it doesn't have to go all the way through another stencil, it very well could be hot enough to go. We're gonna give it a whirl. Oh, now it tells me it's not sure if it's good to go. Well, we're still gonna give it a whirl. And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna do a roll. And your squishy is gonna grow just like it normally does. It may not come, oh, it's coming out the back end just like it would in your, when you're embossing something. And then I'm gonna send it back, which is not normal what we do with a squishy, but I am gonna send it back with a very slow roll. Move that out of my way. Put this right back into my heating element. Open it up. Open it up. Close it so it keeps hot. Oh, not enough pressure. Oh, see, not enough pressure. So that means I need a double. All right, let's do it again. And that's what's gonna happen. That's what you need to know. That's okay. Do I have another one? Oh, maybe I have this one. That's okay. It may not be enough pressure. So then you're gonna roll it through again. Or maybe I do a butterfly. Ooh. Oh, let's do a butterfly. So I'm gonna bring this on over. I've got the negative from the butterfly that I did. Here's the negative. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna put the pretty side down. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper, put it over the top, push my squishy, and then maybe I use a double shim. We'll see. It may be too much. This one may need a single shim. Let's see. We're gonna try. And I'm gonna let it get hot. And it could be that I didn't let it get hot enough. So see, it still says green, but I'm a little skeptical about that. I'm gonna give it a minute. While that one's heating, I'm also gonna show you that for the shop that didn't hop in the warehouse sale, we had done a special one. There's no place like home. See, it turned red. I bet it is a single shim, and I bet I didn't give it enough time to heat up. I'm gonna take it back to a single shim, and we're gonna try it, because I just think so. And we're gonna let it heat. So for the shop that did not hop in the warehouse sale, I had done one that says there's no place like home. And I was supposed to be making everybody these beautiful tags using Faber-Castell's gelatos, and this is what I put on the tag, and it became a keychain for them. And unfortunately, that did not happen. So we've put this one, we're putting it on sale. Well, it should be an $8.99 plate based on the size, but we're putting it out at $6.99. And you know, when I designed this, when I came up with the whole thing, I had no idea that there's no place like home really is. I didn't know how apropos that was gonna be. And it just, so this is my third. So there's the three, there's the big frame, the butterfly, and there's no place like home. And they're all value priced. See, it's still thinking. It's still not quite hot enough. Let's give it a few more minutes or a few more seconds, and hopefully, oh, it went to green. Now let's try and see if I let it get hot enough this time. And I'm gonna roll, roll, roll. And I'm gonna slow my roll a little bit. I'm not going as fast as I normally do. And then I'm gonna roll on back, and we'll see, maybe it's too much pressure. Let's see what we've got. So there it is. And now all I have to do, rock star. Okay, and as my paper cools, my paper will straighten out. I don't think I let it get hot enough last time. What do we think about that? And then all you have to do is trim it down to what you want it to be. I know. Where's my trimmer? I'm a freehand type of girl for stuff like this. Sorry. Cut it a little close, but that's okay. And now you've got the negative. So I left nothing on the paper. It looked, when I put it down, it looked like this. And when I finished, it looked like this. No waste. You choose. Which one do you like better? You choose. Because you can, you have options. Boy, people have been telling me that. Well, Stacey, now you have options. What kind of flooring do you want? What color paint do you want? Do you need what kind of sink do you want? Apparently, I'm gonna have lots of options too, but right now it's all about you. I know, that just made my heart so happy when I figured this out. And it requires the squishy, and it requires the mat on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna take this negative. And we did that one right here. Remember when we did that one? And it was with that stencil. So I'm gonna put shiny side down. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. I'm gonna grab my squishy, my Sizzix silicone pad. And if you have a squishy, you need a knock knock. We sell them as a together, but they'll be on sale and they're very inexpensive. I'm gonna close it up, and it's saying green, but I know better. I need to give it some time to get hot. Eventually it'll click back to red and tell me that it's not quite ready yet. Not quite ready yet. So I thought maybe I'd show while that one's deciding. See, it went back to red. You gotta give it some time. So remember, we did the 3 butterflies, and then I did the negative of the butterfly, and I did that with the brass stencil, and this one has a little more grungy look to it because I didn't quite have the shims enough. And then this one looks phenomenal. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I've got this one, me playing with it on black. So do you like the black better? Do you like the white better? Me just playing. I've got so many samples here of me just playing. Okay, it's hot enough. It clicked green. It went to green. So I'm good to go. Oh, really? Now it clicked back to red. I think you're fibbing. Well, we're going to try. Oh, there, and then went back to green. Okay. So I'm going to roll it through. And then roll it back and let's see what we get. So most people were throwing their negative away, or they were just cutting it and taping it down and using it. I wanted to be able to transfer that foil so that you have two foiled images. Okay, I'm gonna put this right back in put it right back in so it starts heating again. Ta-da! And then you can cut this down to make it whatever you want to make it. Do you want it as a background? What do you want? Are you going to use it as a mat? What are you going to use it for? But you've got them both. There's the positive. There's the negative. You've got them both, all out of one. And then a little tip. You can go in there with an eraser. And if you've got a little extra foil on your edges that you don't want, you can take a basic eraser and just erase some of those little dots away if you're not happy with them, if they're not supposed to be there. You can go in with an eraser and just kind of clean it up just a little bit if you want to. See, now I would cut these down, and you can die cut them now. Oh my gosh, you can then take your flowers, and now you've got foiled, beautiful textured foiled flowers. You can take a butterfly and die cut it out of here. Now you've got a patterned butterfly. You can take your Christmas tree and die cut it out of here. You can take your Christmas tree. You can do this. You can take a Christmas tree die and put the swirls and the foil on it. You've got so many options. If you've got metal stencils, whether they be brand new or from time gone by, you can do this. To get the metal stencil to work, you need the metal shim. Ours is a Simply Refined metal shim. It will definitely dent. It's not a problem. Don't worry about that. You need a metal shim. We sell ours for $8.99. We did it to go specifically with this machine and stencils. Does that mean somebody else's metal shim won't work? I don't know. Try. You can try. So you need the metal shim to make the metal stencil work, and then to make the negative work. And you saw this negative came from a stamp plate, a hot foil stamp plate, my stamp plate. You don't have to just use the negative from your stencils. No, you can use the negative. Let me see if I can get this one through. And I have no idea how long I'm talking, but it is what it is what it is. Let me see. So I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to lay this one down. Now this isn't from a stencil. This is from a hot foil plate. Let's grab a piece of white paper because that's all I've got left. Put it down. Take my squishy, put it over the top, and let's let it heat. I'm going to set that over to the side for the minute. And I'm going to show you some samples. So we will have the Go Press foil machine. Now that we have them, we can put them back online. Don't know why it's doing that. Put it back online. I already showed you what we did in the way of the make and take. We've got a there's no place like home card for you. Here is my butterfly with greetings to you, all on the same paper, done with the silver iridescent foil. I'm gonna hold it still and then not hold it still. so you can see. And that greetings to you came out of the larger frame. It says it's good to go, so we're gonna go. Bring over my big shot. Roll, 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 roll. And what's the difference between everybody's Go Press and foil machine? The difference is nothing. It's your die cutting machine that is the variable. So you have to play with your die cutting machine to figure out what your stencil is, or your shim is. And every machine might be a little bit different. I know that our downstairs machines were different than our upstairs machines. The downstairs machines get used way more. This one gets used just for my YouTubes. Oh, let's see what we got. I'm almost afraid. Okay, you ready? Oh. Is that awesome? Oh my gosh. It's all gone. It just astounds me. It makes my heart so, so happy. It does. Where did I do with the original one? I have no idea what I did with the original one. It's here somewhere. Oh, here's one. So here that one is. There's how it's supposed to be used. And there's the difference. Which one do you like better? Do you like the positive? Do you like the negative? Which one makes your heart happy? Because you know what? You get to do both with zero waste. Love, love, love. Okay, so, and I have more. I'm going to be doing another YouTube in about a month where I'm going to show you the next thing that we came up with for this machine. Here's a card done with my frame. And it has the sending you greetings in the center, which of course comes with it. You get those hot foil stamps as well. Yvette did this card. And then Claire did this one using the negative. So she did this technique on white paper instead of using the positive. She used what was left and did this technique. So that white under there is actually the paper, and it's the purple that's the foil. That's from Claire. Boy, she whipped this one out super quick because I just showed them this technique a few days ago. And then last but not least, Yvette put this card together. And I'm gonna move it in because she used a die. Remember how you can use just a die, a wafer die, to etch the image into it with the foil? And that's what she did to put that image in the center. She used a die by Tonic Studios, and that foil just left the outer images where it would normally cut. It didn't. It put the design in. And Yvette did this card. So we got some samples done pretty quickly. We're gonna have the Go Press foil. We have it for $124.99. There is no free shipping on this machine, but it comes with extra die. It comes with dies so that when you actually get it, it comes with the hot foil stamp. The stamps, when you get it, you can start right away. Typically, the machine comes with no stamps, no hot foil stamps. So we have included hot foil stamps for you for that value price. It is comparable to the HSN price. We have Dream Weavers and their stencils are all going to be on the YouTube Yummy. We have got the shim that you need, Simply Refined shim, that's going to be on a YouTube Yummy. We have the foils that will be on a YouTube Yummy. And hopefully, oh, let's see if I can zoom back out. Yay. Hopefully you thought that this was just as rock star as I did, and I was so happy when I finally figured out what it would take to get this done and how to get it done so that I could show it to you so that it works. All you have to do is figure out the shims. It's all about the shims. And if you weren't sure about the Go Press and Foil machine and you've read some of the reviews around it, you know what? I wouldn't put it out there if I didn't believe in it and if I couldn't use it. I really, truly wouldn't. So you have to have a little bit of patience. You have to have a little bit of time to sit with it for the first time. But then it really is wonderful. So you know what they say, one unhappy person screams it from the world, and now with social media, they don't have to scream it to the world, they make a post. You could have there could be 10,000 people out there with a Go Press foil machine that thinks it's the best thing they've ever purchased, but they generally don't go out and shout about it. It's the ones that are kind of, well, it didn't live up to my expectations. And there is a chance that, that until you get used to using it, it might not. You have to give yourself the opportunity to play, and you have to give the machine the opportunity to show you how wonderful it is. If I can do it, you can do it. I promise. So I wouldn't make Simply Defined product to go with this machine if I did not fully believe that you can do this. We've had customers who bought it in the store, who came in for National Scrapbooking Day and bought it in the store, who have come back, and they only bought 1 or 2 plates and just 1 or 2 rolls of foil. They have come back and now want all the plates because they are figuring out how it works and how beautiful it is. And I think when they see this, they're gonna wish they hadn't thrown away all their negatives. Even if you don't use it now, keep this forever. Put it in a bag. It's good until you use it. Don't throw it away. Okay, it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple. Scrapbookingmadesimple.com is where you're gonna find all of this product under our YouTube Yummies category. From my heart to yours, thank you for all of the sincere best wishes and prayers and thoughts for the fire, and we're all just gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week. Bye.